Sunday, new upgrades for Bahamas Customs, and in sports, the Bahamas swim team on course to make history at Carifta. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
ZNest News is brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, switch to BTC today.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good evening, I'm Jimenita Swain. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news, thousands observing one of the most holy days in the Christian church today, Easter Sunday. Christians around the world commemorating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, described in the New Testament as having occurred on the third day after his burial following his crucifixion by the Romans at Calvary. It is a culmination of the Passion of Jesus Christ, preceded by Lent, a 40-day period of fasting and prayer. Here locally, scores packed worship halls to mark Easter observances. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis addressed the nation earlier today. During this time, our Desmond Sanders joins us with more. Good evening, Desmond.
Thank you, Jimenita. In his Easter message to the nation, the nation's chief, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, called for Bahamians everywhere to donate themselves to national service and unity. He adds the Easter story is a testament of Christ's love and sacrifice to the world.
Christ's lesson of sacrifice calls upon us to give of ourselves, our time and our resources, no matter how limited they may be, to uplift someone stretched beyond his or her ability to cope. Sacrifice through civic involvement is an impactful way you and I can leave a lasting, positive mark on our communities. Let Easter inspire us to give and get involved, recognizing that helping any Bahamian helps every Bahamian.
During his address, the nation's chief spoke directly to the nation's youth, applauding their ingenuity and vigor towards the national landscape.
Every time I look into the hopeful eyes of a Bahamian girl or boy, throughout the length and breadth of our country, I see a wellspring of imagination and possibility. Within our young people is the power of new beginnings. Capturing their imagination and expanding their possibilities is an imperative no government can accomplish alone. Our youth are our abundance, and nurturing each and every one of them through our compassion and sacrifice unlocks their possibilities, making them a reality.
Prime Minister Davis says the Easter story is not only foundational to our faith as a Christian nation, but offers powerful life lessons that can guide and enrich us as we strive to become better individuals. As the country steadily recovers from the ravages of natural disasters and a global pandemic, he adds Christ's demonstration of compassion, sacrifice, and the power of new beginnings are timely guideposts for our collective task of building a better Bahamas. He's also making this appeal.
As you celebrate the holiday at beaches, pools, and on our roadways, I remind you to do so safely. Keep a watchful eye at all times on children as they play in or near bodies of water, and observe all rules of the road so as to prevent injury or loss of life. The 50th Carifta Games continue today at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium and will conclude tomorrow. I encourage all who are able to come goal with us and support Team Bahamas. We celebrate the tremendous talent and perseverance of our young athletes.
I'm Desmond Sanders, the Bahamas Tonight.
Thanks, Desmond. Well, early this morning, Christians from all walks of life attended worship services in their Sunday best to mark the special milestone. LaDon Davis reports.
When ZNS News visited several churches around town this Easter Sunday, we met dozens of parishioners dressed in their bright Easter colors, which represents the holiness and triumphant resurrection of Jesus Christ. A few of them we spoke to say the spiritual teachings of God are not only applied to their daily lives, but passed down to future generations.
Resurrection Sunday means so much to me because Jesus Christ is alive in me. He saved me. He delivered me from all of my sins. And it's just a reminder that he is not dead because he lives within me.
He came among us. He was crucified. He was buried. He rose again. And guess what? He is coming again. And because he's coming again, I want to make sure that I am ready for his coming. And so that is why we celebrate Easter excited. You know, Easter is a very exciting time. I like the old hymns of the church, and, oh man, look at them things do something to me.
Rector of St. Agnes Anglican Church, Keith Cartwright, and Senior Pastor of St. Andrew's Presbyterian Kirk, Bryn McPhail, both shed light on the real meaning for the season.
He conquered the most deadliest thing, as we all think, death. And so that victory in death gives us the assurance of eternal life. And then he says to us, whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. And so Resurrection Day is the most important day in the Christian church. No other day is as important as this.
Jesus dies on the cross and remains dead, then we have no assurance that his atoning sacrifice was accepted by the Father. But since God the Father raises Jesus from the dead, it affirms that in Christ our sins are forgiven.
But wait. While on our drive, we got to witness Easter church services on the Goodman's Bay Beach. It's there where members of the Bahamas International Church gathered for their sacred observances. Minister Ricardo Thompson says getting out of the four walls is a new trend.
From, I guess, about almost 7, 8, 9 years ago, coming out here on Easter Sunday was pretty much a reminder of being in nature and realizing that this is the Sunday Jesus resurrected. We know of the gloom and the crucifixion, but the glorious resurrection, this kind of puts us in the middle of that and gives us the freedom to sit around and have a meal afterwards and just have a great fellowship.
Church services on Goodman's Bay Beach will conclude with an Easter egg hunt for the kids. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
In other news, sexual assaults against women and girls a worrisome matter for the church. President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Delton Fernando, speaking out on it following the recent assault of a 12-year-old girl here in the capital this past Thursday. The assailant still at large. Fernando says something must be done.
As a church and a community of faith, we find unacceptable the level of rape and the mentality towards rape that is taking place in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It is our duty, as the Word of God challenges us, that the strong must protect the weak. We must bear up the infirmities of the weak. And so we must provide the training and teaching that is necessary to help the victims. That those that are victims of rape, the church will provide those necessary support groups that are necessary for those to recover.
He says that is not the only thing the church is prepared to do.
We will also be a part of the community to stomp out those that are prolific rapers and also those that are preying on our young women, that we have stand up as a society and point them out and punish them for the acts that they are committing in our society. We believe that we are better than this, and if we are to get better, each area of our society must see the wrong and call the wrong and be able to move to the next level in providing a society that's safe for all.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. It continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Are you overpaying for low speeds with your internet provider? Stop wasting your money.
Switch to BTC for the fastest internet to the most homes in the Bahamas. Get up to 300 megs fiber fast speeds, up to 3 times faster than what you get now. Plus, get 164 TV channels, all for just $42.50 a month for 12 months. That means you'll save $860 for the year.
For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, BTC is for you. Switch to the largest fiber network in the Bahamas.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. Cause if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Officials at the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs are excited and geared up for the official announcement of sailing as the country's national sport. However, according to Minister Clay Sweeting, the announcement is a collaborative effort.
We're working along not just with my ministry, but we're connecting ministries. We're connecting Minister Boleg with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper, who's the Minister of Tourism. So we're working with this collaborative effort along with the sailors and the National Family Island Regatta team to ensure that it's bigger and better than ever and that the announcement will come as we make it a collaborative effort to ensure that we include all persons.
Parliamentary Secretary Leonardo Lightbourne sharing in the excitement as he looks forward to the All-Andros Regatta that falls just days ahead of the country's official 50th independence celebrations.
Come July 7th to the 9th, we're looking forward to. And we're also looking forward to hopefully the 50th sailing be a part of our 7th to the 9th anniversary.
According to Minister Sweeting, full-scale investment is being placed on sailing to increase involvement around the country.
For us, as we moved from last year to this year, and we realized that this is a sport that we got to capitalize on as a ministry, we did just that. And we took the bull by the horns. And every regatta that we've been involved in, we've been boots on the ground and giving what support we can. It's the culture there, the down-home atmosphere, the people.
Sailing will be officially named the national sport of the Bahamas April 21st in beautiful Georgetown, Exuma. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgia Bain.
Disney Cruise Line has teamed up with Junior Achievement students in Eleuthera to learn about the culture and spirit of the Bahamas, encouraging the students as they created their costumes and parade floats for the Junior Junk Canoe competition. Through virtual mentoring workshops, the Disney team shared ideas to inspire the young artists as they prepared for their competition.
Me and my classmates are celebrating the Bahamian culture by just enjoying ourselves and doing what our parents and great-grandparents did back in the day.
Disney donated funding as well as fabrics and materials for the students to incorporate in their designs. Disney Cruise Line is creating a new experience in Eleuthera at Lighthouse Point, which will be inspired by the natural environment and celebrate the culture and spirit of the Bahamas.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Thanks for staying with us. A leading resort in the country drumming up more interest for the Bahamas and the Exumas. The world-famous Sandals Emerald Bay in Exuma hosting some 17 radio media broadcasting stations to promote its brand and the local tourism product. The Ministry of Tourism and American Airlines also hosting the week-long event. Sandals General Manager Jeremy Mutton says as the hotel experiences a high occupancy, the event puts Exuma at the forefront of people's minds. Officials hope this momentum continues throughout the year, bringing a much-needed spark and interest to the Bahamas. Well, officials and conservationists accelerating efforts to preserve and save the queen conch, a Bahamian delicacy. The queen conch remains a staple to the Bahamian diet, economy, and identity. But overfishing over the globe over the years has led to its decline. Officials at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources say the ministry continues its holistic efforts to manage the queen conch fishery on behalf and in partnership with the Bahamian people, and the government has implemented a number of initiatives to protect the conch and other marine resources. Ministry officials noting that greater oversight and enforcement measures are in place. Fisheries officers have also been placed throughout the islands, and officers are increasingly equipped with needed tools such as trucks in order to conduct enforcement patrols. In addition, training and technical tools to scientifically measure the size of conch at landing sites have been supplied to fisheries officers. Well, it's known as the major collectors of revenue in the country. The Bahamas Customs Department undergoing a major transformation in its operations over the coming weeks. The Bahamas Customs Superintendent is James Albury.
In the Customs Department, we've been modernizing for the last 7 years. We have gone from our paper-based department to our paperless department. What we have done is that we're taking all of the paper that we had stock up in all of our offices now and putting everything as a digital environment. And so now with the exempt baggage launch, what we're doing is that we are removing the C-17s that you normally come in. As you come down the escalators at LPIA and you turn to the left, there was a booth there. There is a booth there where all of the C-17s are. We're actually moving those now to a digital format so that when you come into the airport, you'll just be able to show the officer your passport or even your telephone. Your officer will be able to pull up that declaration electronically.
A part of its modernization includes the implementation of its customs exempt app come June 12, where Bahamians and residents must fill out their customs declarations electronically. One of the project managers is shareholder of Exempt Technologies Limited, Davine Bow.
For customs, there is one form per party. So if you're traveling, with a party of 4, there's one form per party. So I just want to remind folks that the person who is more than likely the most savvy person in that group will fill the form out for the entire group. So if you have a person who's, say, 65 or older, who's just not as savvy, they would be covered under that declaration.
Also making news tonight, Campbell Walden of Bahamian descent is the first Black woman who will serve as the National Cyber Director in the United States. She was recently appointed under the Biden administration. Walden is the daughter of Dr. Judson Eneas and the granddaughter of the late Dr. Cleveland Eneas. Walden admits in a recent interview with NBC News that her focus will be on protecting people of color and those marginalized communities online. She said for the first time in her career, she is surrounded by women leaders, something she sees as outstanding. But she admits there is still a lot of work to be done because oftentimes she is in rooms where she is the only one who looks like her. Now, Walden has been in the position for the past 6 weeks. Now to some sad news. The field of education mourning the loss of veteran educator Dorothy Lightbourne, who passed away last night. Lightbourne, who was a retired educator, died at the age of 85. She is the mother of retired ZNS sportscaster Ricardo Lightbourne. The Grand Bahama native received her training at the Bahamas Teachers College and began her education career in 1959. It was at that time she launched the National Lunch Program with the help of friends until government fully funded it. Over the years, she has taught at Easton Senior School, D.W. Davis High, Pinedale Primary, and served as principal and vice principal of Martintown Primary and vice principal of Hawksville Primary School. While a mother first and a teacher second, Lightbourne's home became a foster one for many children, in which she provided food, clothing, and love, especially Haitian youth whose parents were deported or deceased. In 1998, she retired from public service and was co-opted to assist in getting the PACE Center organized. With longtime friend Lady Henrietta St. George, Lightbourne worked actively with girls and had direct oversight of PACE's nursery and its caregivers. Her other community involvements including sitting on the juvenile panel for 26 years and assisting with the adoption committee. In 2003, the PACE Center was named in her honor. She was married to the late Oswald Lightbourne and is the mother of Ricardo, Adrian, and Anishka Lightbourne, as well as Monique Leary. Our condolences to the Lightbourne family on her passing. As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. Sports is up after the break.
Come on down at the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me there. It's a family affair. Oh yes, it's that time again. Go tell your neighbors, tell your friend. As the children play, you can dance the night away. Yes, they got boogaloo, games and jungle and so much more. So jump in your car, catch all the fun, enough for everyone. At the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me there. It's the family affair. Come on down at the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me there.
Get
Get your Carifta tickets. The 58th Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com. Or get your tickets now at the Eastern Grandstand Caribbean Village. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051. Get your Carifta tickets.
5-0. Wow, what a legacy. At CBS Bahamas, we've been helping you build beautiful for 50 years. We look forward to 50 more years and beyond in continuing to be the nation's one-stop shop for home building and improvement. CBS Bahamas. Build beautiful.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
This is the super versatile Ring Stick-Up Cam. It goes indoors, outdoors, outdoors in the rain. It's got two-way talk. Hey, Eddie. Works with Alexa. Comes in tons of power options and works with Ring Alarm to start recording automatically if something's going on. Seriously? Seriously. So start protecting your home with the easy installing indoor-outdoor Stick-Up Cam by Ring.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Sunday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Well, day two, as you can hear, alive and well here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium as the Carifta Track and Field Championships are underway once again. However, last night, some great performances for the Bahamas. A total of 11 medals on day one, starting with Jamia Nabi, who got it done with a gold medal performance in the under-17 girls 100 meters. Nabi flowing all the way through to the finish line to get the crowd roaring with her gold medal performance in that event. From there, it was the under-17 boys 100 meters finale, and that was the Ismail Roll giving the Bahamas a silver medal here. Roll getting it done, crossing the finish line, putting the Bahamas once again back on the podium. He talked about the excitement of the event. Take us through this one.
Honestly, I didn't worry about Jamaican. If he win, he win. I just worry about getting my best race, doing my best race, and that's what I did.
Obviously, you're very proud of your accomplishment here today. What was your goal coming in?
My goal was just to have fun, relax, and do what my coach told me to do.
What do you do going forward? Do you have any more events? I think you have the 200 left?
I ain't doing it, just relays.
All right, so now you feel pretty good about this. You're set up now for those relays. Congratulations, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
And moving over to the under-20 boys, Carlos Brown, Adam Musgrove, looking to end the evening in fashion, in fine style. Under-20 boys, 100 meters. And they, too, would give the Bahamians something to cheer about, as Carlos Brown and Adam Musgrove finishing 2 and 3, silver and bronze. Both competitors excited about the competition.
I just wanted to get out hard, keep my composure, drop my shoulders, and stay relaxed and finish strong, finish injury-free.
Are you proud of your performance?
I'm very proud. After all these injuries, I'm very proud.
All right, meanwhile, Adam, you came in with a goal. With a goal in mind, you want to make sure you got on that podium. This is your first time in the under-19 division. Tell us about how that must feel for you.
It's an amazing feeling. I want to say thank you to my coach, thank you to God, thank you to my family. It's crazy because, like I said, last year at Carifta Trials, I didn't even make the finals. So to come back this year and be on the podium for 100, it's insane, honestly.
You guys now set up for that 4x1. You got to like your chances there.
Yes, sir. We have a great chance.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And, of course, action continuing this morning with a number of different events. Once again, it was Jamia Nabi taking back to the track. This time in the 200 meters, she would push through as well to get through into tonight's semifinals. Other competitors for the Bahamas doing well, as tonight the action will continue with the second round of the 200 meters and, of course, the 4x1s. Swimming going on in Curacao. Amajal Knowles has the latest details.
Bahamas Aquatics continuing to look strong in the pool at the Carifta Swimming Championships in Curacao, increasing its lead. The Bahamas has 863 points after day 3, comfortably out in front, followed by the Cayman Islands with 572, Trinidad and Tobago with 407, and Barbados with 365. The Bahamas would be strong in the relays on the night, winning and taking gold in the mix 11 to 12 400-meter free, silver in the boys 13 to 14 800 free, and a silver in the boys 15 to 17 800-meter free relay. Look at some of the top individual finishes. Gold for Skylar Smith in the girls 11 to 12 200-meter butterfly. In the girls 11 to 12 200-meter IM, Celeste Gibson would take gold. Another gold for the Bahamas thanks to Renishka Gibbs in the girls 15 to 17 50-meter breaststroke. Tristan Hepburn would also take gold in the boys 13 to 14 50-meter breast. Team Bahamas would get a gold and silver in the boys 11 to 12 50-meter breaststroke thanks to David Singh and Trace Russell. In the boys 15 to 17 200-meter fly, Nigel Forbes would take the silver, adding to his count. Bahamas currently has 28 gold, 11 silver, and 16 bronze, for a total of 65 medals. I will continue to keep you updated on all the action here in Curacao in the 2023 Carifta Swimming Championships. My cameraman Anton Brain and I'm Amajal Knowles, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks, Amajal. Like we said, we'll give you all the details as the competition continues to continue here in both New Providence and Curacao. Meanwhile, that's your check on sports. I'm Marcellus Hall.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 58th Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com. Or get your tickets now at the Eastern Grandstand Caribbean Village. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051. Get your Carifta tickets.
One of the biggest decisions you will make when remodeling a kitchen is the design choice for your kitchen cabinets. Whether you want your kitchen to look modern or traditional, the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets will make a sound choice. Stop into Conch, Bahamas today and let them enhance your kitchen with the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets. At Conch, Bahamas, they also carry an array of Calacatta quartz countertops. Conch, Bahamas, Sandyport, Nassau, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jiminita. We have just a few clouds this evening, but that will all change in a few hours as the frontal system heads its way. The details coming up very shortly. Temperature at 82 degrees, the relative humidity 65%. We have northeast winds at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,012.0 millibars. That's 29.94 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, 79 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Torquay, and that's primarily where that front boundary is right now as we speak. Marshall Babaco at 80 degrees in the Berry Islands, 82 degrees, 82 also in Alistan, Bimini. Harper Island, 81 degrees, Rock Sinai, Luther, 80, 81 in Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp's Bay, South Andros, Fresh Creek, and Central Andros at 80 degrees. 80s also in Alistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey. Georgetown, Exuma, 81 degrees, 81's in Ragged Island. Clouds down Long Island and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay may go on a little warmer at 83 degrees. 83 also in Acklands, Matthewtown and Nago 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight for all areas, the winds are going to be light and variable, but that too will change in the northwest Bahamas behind that front. Wave heights initially 1 to 3 feet. High tide takes place at 11:10 tonight. And then tomorrow, Monday, the winds become northerly behind that front, picking up in speeds 12 to 18 knots. So we'll post caution flags for you boaters in the northwest Bahamas tomorrow. Those wave heights building 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. High tide tomorrow, that will occur at 11:26 in the morning with a low tide at 5:32 in the afternoon for the central and southeastern islands on Monday. Westerly winds ahead of the front, 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Satellite pictures showing that front boundary now smack across Grand Bahama and northern Abaco. That will continue pushing towards the south and east, so we will see an increase in cloudiness later on tonight, followed by some showers and isolated thunderstorms, which will carry over into Monday morning. Partly cloudy, warm with a couple of showers, mainly late tonight along the frontal boundary, as we told you already. 72 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow we're looking at periods of clouds and sunshine, an isolated thunderstorm, very possible in the morning hours. 80 degrees for your high temperature, and the extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. This is how things are going to shape up. You're going to keep those showers and thunderstorms in the forecast right through Tuesday. Gets a little better on Wednesday with a mixed bag of cloud and sunshine. On Thursday, that system backs up on us. So we will see showers and thunderstorms return to the area with mostly cloudy skies. Temperature-wise, we'll have a slight change as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, with the high temperatures remaining in the upper 70s, those low-time temperatures in the low 70s. Jimenita?
Thanks, Basil, and that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
On behalf of my wife, Anne-Marie, and my family, and on behalf of my colleagues, I wish you a blessed and happy